So this is not a review. This is just a guy fanboying over gay girls with guns because he is hopelessly addicted to the show. If you want a score, it's in the thumbnail. 10 out of 10 would endlessly rewatch in a time chamber. Last time I talked about Lycoris Recoil, I praised its many aspects like Chisato, amazing voice acting, and the dialogue. Well, things have escalated and I've gone from I love this show to I'm going to pre-order the Japanese scam known as Blu-rays to I would willingly sell my soul and commit genocide for more content. My friends probably want to kidnap me and throw me into a dark forest with how much I've been fanboying, so I'm making a video instead before I hear banging on my door. Fun, I believe, is the essence of Lycoris Recoil. The feeling you get when you have a night with your bros, playing Wii Sports, screaming and laughing the night away. That is the kind of happiness I feel watching every episode. It should have just been another generic slice of life show about girls running a cafe, because we totally don't have enough of those. I've said this once, okay, maybe more than once, and I'll say it again. The character interactions are incredible. Absolutely incredible. At first, I thought it was just Chisato and Takina's relationship, but while that still remained to be the show's strongest aspect, it also grew to be so much more than that. When I go into an episode and see Kurumi roasting Mizuki for being single again, I can't help but smile like a kid watching Tom and Jerry. Wait, actually, the entire gang really feels like a family, and I'm amazed at how little time it took to feel this way. We have the gay problem child, the gay honor student at shooting, the gay Giga Chad dad, the genius younger sister you'll never live up to, and the straight aunt complaining about guys for the 10th time that week.
Why are you gay?
It just clicks. And this is where the natural dialogue I mentioned comes into play. It's difficult to convince an audience that characters are close or family if everyone is so uptight with each other. Well-written dialogue is a huge aspect of what makes or breaks character chemistry. Like, you can't fucking convince me that Cardboard-kun is actually close to his girlfriend when half their conversations are him being Albert Einstein and the girls going, "Sugai, Sugai!" Bro, I could walk up to some girl on the street and show her my YouTube channel and she'll say, "Sugai, Sugai!" I don't fucking know her! Lycoris Recoil nailed the conversations. Every chill scene felt like either pointless, savage, screaming matches between friends or super gay flirting between friends, and it's amazing. Fun is precisely what it is. Everything is entertaining and never ever feels like a hassle to sit through, even the most supposedly mundane daily life conversations. The antics, the roasting, the cuteness, yes, everything. The character dynamics are so good, I would want a second season of nothing but slice of life gayness. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I have never felt so connected to fictional characters. The natural flow of conversation really makes them feel just alive. And speaking of character chemistry, the dynamic between Chisato and Majima is so weirdly good. Motherfuckers be having a casual conversation while pointing guns at each other. This is what happens when you combine bubbly fun character with chaotic fun character. Maybe terrorism would be a valid occupation if they were this charming. Despite their clashing philosophies, despite the many, not so civilized way of dealing with people. Guys don't run over and shoot a girl on your first date. Majima has this respect for Chisato as the only person he's ever feared. Meanwhile, Chisato has her own life philosophies and doesn't seem to harbor genuine hate for anyone, no matter how heinous the person may be. So now you have these two people who should hate each other, but instead have casual banter over a cup of tea before shooting. It's weirdly in a way the same kind of slice of life fun I mentioned, but also with tension because, you know, perhaps getting shot in the face would ruin the tea. Preposterous. Majima is a great villain where you can see that he's fucked in the head and you don't exactly agree with his actions, but he's fun as hell, fitting in perfectly with the essence of the show. And he does kind of have a point about DA being the Kim Jong-un of the country. Just, you know, maybe you could be a bit more gentlemanly. Maybe? Pretty please? He's kind of like the Joker of the world, for fuck's sake. Enough about Majima though. No matter how buddy-buddy he gets with his #1 fear, he can't beat a gay yandere lover, so it's time to talk about everyone's favorite ship. Chisato and Takina are something special. There is a special bond there that exists. I would go as far as to say that this is the best pairing in any anime I've ever seen. Through the flow of time, we started with Takina simply learning from Chisato's skills, to Chisato changing Takina's view on the world, to Takina going apeshit for her girlfriend, to, let's be honest, they're pretty much a couple by the end. I don't need canon confirmation, I know it in my heart. And doujins. Lots of doujins. I did speak about this on the last video, but their relationship has grown so much since then. They've become fish, they've gone sightseeing, they've done BDSM. You can really feel the gap between them closing as the episodes go by. They start to feel like gay close friends by episode 3, by episode 6 they're a couple living together, and then later Takina goes full possessive girlfriend mode. And mind you, this is the girl that went, "What the fuck is wrong with this thing?" in episode 1. Seeing how Takina loosens up and smiles more in later episodes, seeing her pretty much deny going back to DA, aka what she originally wanted, just for Chisato, it's these small actions, these small gradual changes in personality that really reflect how much Chisato is to Takina. This goes the other way as well, in things like how Chisato wants to live with Takina, and how happy she was to have met Takina in her limited time. They really feel like they were made for each other, up till the very end. It feels like they change each other's lives. You can feel the red string of fate somewhere in the air. They feel closer than most anime couples, and that says something. Like, they're partners, best friends, and gay. On a small side note, I know you agree with me that the ending song is godlike, because if you don't, your opinion doesn't matter. But if you haven't already, I want you to give the lyrics a read. They depict the relationship between Chisato and Takina beautifully. Opposites that attract, two different worlds coming together. I could go on for the next hour about every little moment and interaction they have, or even go on about the light novel. Yes, I bought it, I'm reading it. But I think you get the point. These two change each other's lives, and have better chemistry than Twitter users and death threats. They're so fucking cute together. Like, this is literally the highlight of the show. I cannot stress this enough. Fuck all your big brain plots, fuck all your crazy twists. Two girls flirting is the spotlight of the show, and it's amazing. Let me tell you about...
Hurry the fuck up.
Of course, natural dialogue writing is important, but this is carried by the voice acting. I'm gonna say it. Lycoris Recoil has my favorite voice acting of anything ever. Last time I talked about how Chisato sounds bubbly and troll and her intonations are amazing, but it's grown past that. Chisato is amazing as always, but holy fuck, Takina too. Listen to these screams. But then also listen to these cute moments. If dialogue writing is the cyclist, then voice acting is the bicycle. You have your classic amazing screams, amazing emotional moments just as any other anime because Japan is OP and everyone is eternally 18 years old. But again, what struck me as special was the slice of life parts. I don't know how to describe it other than stupidly vague words like natural or unique. Everything just flows so well, but whatever magic they're working, it's fucking working. What I do know, however, is this magic comes from all of the ad-libbing from the voice actors. To my understanding, a lot of these noises and quirky lines were ad-libbed by the voice actors on the spot. You hear them talk about it quite a lot in the Lycoris Recoil radio program. I don't know if this was some kind of experimental thing in anime production, but if it is, then fucking hell, give me more Daddy Aniplex. Go harder! What? I really hope a lot of other anime are seeing Lycoris Recoil's success and are taking notes from the voice acting. I want this kind of voice acting to become the standard in anime. God, I would kill to see more of this slightly ad-libbed, free-spirited voice acting in so many more slice of life and school anime. Just imagine how fun it would be. You literally drive the dubbing industry out of dubbing. The cherry on top is how much fun the voice actors seem like they're having with the entire thing. You can feel it with the genuine laughs, the grunts, the policeman. Fun is the essence of Lycoris Recoil, and the voice acting captured this flawlessly. They took a 10 out of 10 performance and decided it wasn't enough, so they went full Asian and made it a 20 out of 10. Bravo to all the voice actors. You are all amazing. You know, I say all this about the slice of life aspect of the show, but don't forget, the show is a fucking intense emotional action anime. The action is really well done. accompanied by a very heartbreaking tale. What I like about the action is a lot of the small details. Every gunshot that lands, the animation and sound effect make you feel the impact. You feel the smash to your gut as PTSD of your high school bully triggers. Then also look at this scene over here. You can feel the rope burning through Takina. You can feel the pain when she screams. Everything that lands in this show has impact, and I think that's very well done, both as an action sequence and as a way to let the audience be immersed in a show. Immersion is exactly what this show does masterfully, and I'd like to use the final fight as an example. You have this fight with a bomb countdown. Chisato separated from everyone, and bullets are flying everywhere. You then have a remixed version of the God-sent Claris opening song, playing with the tempo of the song matching what's going on in the fight, with the absolutely amazing musical build-up. Mind you, we also spent the past episodes with about 20 different death flags for Chisato, but then this show also has the very cute, lighthearted moments that don't give you the vibes of a really dark show like Madoka or something. So the entire final episode was a fucking roulette on whether Chisato would live or not, all amidst this really intense fight and countdown going on. Then you have Chisato's heart failing mid-fight, and fucking Chisato yeeting Majima and herself onto the collapsing glass surface. All of this while second guessing whether she would live the final episode and the bomb timer hitting 0. Fucking hell, the tension! I thought my heart was gonna give out before Chisato. I accidentally let out an audible "Ah!" At 4 AM. I am so sorry to my Japanese neighbors. The entire setup in the past few episodes with the clashing philosophies of both sides, repeat of the radio tower incident, Chisato's lifespan and Takina not knowing if she would make it in time to save her wife, it all built up to this one beautifully made maximum tension fight to end it with a fucking heart-stopping moment only to realize that you've been trolled by Majima. This is true immersion. This is how you keep an audience attached to your show and glued to the screen. A masterful setup followed by a masterful payoff. It's the fact that we genuinely didn't know whether Chisato would live the show that made everything so tense, and also what made the happy ending so satisfying. It planted seeds of will they not? Early on to give you a heart attack, then the greatest smile of relief when you see the family back to their antics. It really felt like a final fight followed by an epilogue. And so the immersion lasted until the very last second of the show. Absolutely fantastic. See, what's so unique about Lycoris Recoil is how it's half a plot-packed intense anime and half a comfy fun slice of life anime. Normally you'd think, why the hell would you mix these two together? It's like mixing orange juice and milk, or toasters and baths. It's a recipe for disaster. But it works. I can't believe how well it works. The two sides of the show play off each other so well. You have your fun, goofy parts of the show with all the previously mentioned elements making it a joy to watch. Then you have these characters thrown into a heart-dropping plot after you're invested in the characters. In a way, the chill parts are a sort of immersion, a way for you to really get into the characters so the emotional whiplash is 10 times as powerful. You know, it's like destroying a child's toys. You have to let them enjoy and love the toy before burning it in a fire in front of their face for maximum trauma. It's all about letting them become emotionally attached. It also helps since some people don't enjoy 100% slice of life shows where nothing happens as if you're living in the Amazon rainforest. The balance between the two halves of the show is done perfectly. Just when some people are starting to get tired of nothing happening, plot kicks in, and god damn is this plot as tightly packed as your ass after 1,000 squats. On the other hand, some people might not be Dragon Ball Z monkeys and don't like pure action shows with little character focus. Well, hey, you have some climaxes, but next moment they're making literal shit parfaits and the gay couples on an aquarium date. You have this dichotomy of clashing tones, but no matter what's on screen, it's fun. This is the main message I want to get across. Anything and everything on screen is entertaining. I am never bored. Any other anime might have made me go, for the love of God, please just beat the shit out of each other already. Turn on the After Effects already. Or, Jesus Christ, can you show something other than lollies walking to school with a population less than Tanjiro's dead family? But I felt neither here. In a situation where many other anime would have flubbed everything and caused an organizational mess, Lycoris Recoil managed to not only blend two elements that never should have come together amazingly, but play to the two elements' strengths to bounce off each other and create a masterpiece. At this point, you probably think you've heard it all. Yes, I get it, lesbians, assassins good, cute girls flirting good. I too support LGBT and anti-murder, unless it's Lycoris Recoil haters. So I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of all the small things I really liked in Lycoris Recoil. Don't worry, I'll make this quick. You'll make it in time to work, I promise. It's just a few important lines. Alright? You ready? So... Look at all of Chisato's costumes! Halloween trick or treat! Give me your candy, mommy! Hawaii! Oh my god, I'm migrating to Hawaii for this. Holy thighs, bless me with your eternal wealth and power like Buddha. Armpits! Sakana! The way Takina goes crazy like a wild dog for Chisato, this ear should scream. The heart is running away. She can't accept Chisato dying. She loves Chisato so much. Yanderes are so hot. Majima, you fucking troll, I love you. Maybe murder isn't so bad. And holy shit, the emotional damage from Chisato's backstory and the last date before they separate. Look at the color palette. It's fucking art. If only it was stolen art, then I'd put this up in the British Museum. Mika, you slick motherfucker. Those moves you could play Just Dance just fine. The way they portray Mika and Shinji's relationship is perfect. It's portrayed normally. It's amazing. And fuck, when Chisato called both Mika and Shinji her dads, holy fuck, is this some parental instinct? My heart is melting. It's so cute. I can't take this. Chisato is badass as always. Bullet dodging will never not be cool as fuck. You can take your physics and shove it up your dead asshole, Newton. Takina smiling for the first time. Takina laughing is so precious. I want to protect this smile. I want to see her be happy. Don't let her suffer. She deserves a living wife, a sakana, and more. And this ending. I've never been so happy to see a family together. I can't stop smiling. I'm so happy my girl lived. I'm so happy they're chilling. I love this outfit. I'm so happy. I love them so much. Thank you for the happy ending. It's perfect. I love everyone so much. I love Lycoris Recoil so much. So yeah. If that mental episode was an indicator of anything, I love this anime. I have never been so invested in an anime. I have never been so excited for every episode, every week. I have never been so happy to see a character live at the end of a series. Something truly struck a chord in me. I felt something special at the end of the episode 3 mark, and I'm so glad the entire anime pushed through and delivered. The plot was a very good one that was a thrill to sit through, but I wouldn't call it groundbreaking. It's just a very engaging plot that did its purpose well, yet I think that's fine. Because Lycoris Recoil's strengths lie, and by far the most, in its character dynamics and voice acting. I really think it's practically unmatched, especially the voice acting. If Twitter numbers are an indicator of anything, we have the new gay anime original queens. A manga spinoff has been announced and the light novel is obliterating competition, so I'm not sure if I want an actual season 2, but I would love more anime stuff, maybe a slice of life OVA or spinoff. I love the characters so much, anything would make me so happy. Kojima game, please? I'll give you my life savings of negative $10,000 in student debt. The reception this anime has been getting warms my heart. I'm so glad it's getting the recognition it deserves. I hope this momentum stays and we get more gay girls with guns. Lycoris Recoil is a masterpiece, and I mean that from the heart.